Welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play for February 24th, 2019. And this one going to be talking about this Big Ten matchup between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We're going to give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread. The home team Rutgers sitting as slight favorites, giving around a point. Now, this is a very important game for Minnesota. They're right on the bubble of making the NCAA tournament. And given the fact that Minnesota let go of a strong opportunity in their last outing at home to pick up an elite resume-building win, they fell short, losing to Michigan by a final of 60-69. So that makes this game even more important. Going on the road and taking on a Rutgers team, it's not going to be an elite resume-building win by any means, but the Gophers are looking to avoid having a bad resume result. And that's just why they need to go out and win this one today to try to continue to build going into this final stretch of the regular season and then going in to the Big Ten tournament. Now, Minnesota, they're at 17-10 overall, 7-9 in conference. And although Minnesota is in a much better position to try to make the big dance, this year certainly not where they'd want to be given earlier in the year when Minnesota was ranked in the top 25. They had a bit higher expectations, but things have been difficult for Minnesota over the past month within the Big Ten. They've gone against a tough schedule, and they have picked up their fair share of defeats during this past month of action. But if we take a look earlier within their Big Ten slate against some more manageable opponents, such as their home matchup against this very Rutgers team, Minnesota found a ton of success as they went on to win that one by a final of 88-70. And putting 88 points up on this Rutgers defense, actually a pretty impressive statistic. Now, on the year, the Golden Gophers are averaging a little over 72 points per game, giving up around 69. So they have a positive plus-minus of around positive 3 points. Their opposition, Rutgers, with that mark of 2 games below 500, they came up short again in their last outing, but it was actually semi-respectable at Michigan State, losing by a final of 60-71. And Rutgers, they've also taken their fair share of defeats over the past month of action. They've actually lost 5 out of their last 6 games, with their only win during this stretch coming against Northwestern. Their numbers on the year, Rutgers are averaging a little over 67 points per game, giving up around 68. So they actually have a negative point differential of around -1. So on a game-to-game average, Minnesota's been about 4 points better than Rutgers. When you figure in the home court advantage, it's actually right at around the spread that you would expect for this one. Minnesota getting about a point here. But the fact that the Gophers looked so good offensively in their first matchup against Rutgers this year, where they went on to win that one by 18 points, we feel like that should be able to propel them, carry them into this one. The fact that this is a much more important game for Minnesota to win than Rutgers, that should be the extra boost they need to go on and cover this spread, getting that 1 point. So that's where we're siding here, taking Minnesota, getting the 1 point as the better value bet. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our picks for today's action over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for our next video.